Well, I'm back. I was told I needed to start the YouTubes again. It's been like, I think 2 years or something since I uploaded. I've been doing Facebook and Instagram, but times have changed. Let's show you what I got going on. I gotta sneeze. Oh, the pollen. The pollen is horrible. All right, so the 95 is gone. Get out of the sun for a second. The 95 is gone. I traded it for a 2004 Mach 1. When it left here, a lot has happened. I got to catch you up. All right. So, the pollen. Oh. All right, let's see if I can power through this real quick. The 95, I got the turbo kit and everything done. I think that's the last video I ever posted was picking the car up. I brought it home. I messed with it for a few more months. I switched jobs. I drove over the road. Did that for about a year. I lost complete interest in the car, complete motivation, everything. The car sat. I quit touching it. Ripped the drivetrain out, sold it all, kept the chassis. Let's see. Then it sat around some more. Sat around. Finally, my dad called me up and he goes, "Hey, clean out the shed. You've got 2 of these puppies sitting around. Little 2.3 turbo Ford motors. Forgot I had them." Well, oops. Let's put that back on there. Yeah. Good. So, I had a complete one. That one is not complete. The head is just sitting on it. So I had a complete one that I knew ran. Turbo was shot. So went over there, picked them up, picked up the transmission, stuffed it all in the car, got it wired. Was working on a tune with a guy running micro squirt unit. Was working on getting it fired up. Had to rewire some stuff. Well, my buddy Alan, he details cars. And another buddy of ours had this Mach 1. Well, he brought the Mach 1 over there to get detailed. And just kind of forgot about it. So I sat over there for a couple months. And right before Christmas of 2025, I hit him up and I go, "Hey, you're looking for more of a racist. You're looking for a racist car. No, you're looking for more of a race car. And I want something that runs and drives. What are you doing with that Mach 1? And he said, "Sir, I don't know what I'm doing with that Mach 1. I forgot that I had it." Pretty much. I mean, it was sitting out behind Alan's shop for like 2 months, 3 months, something like that. Battery was dead, hadn't moved. Well, we did some yipping and yapping, and I ended up with the Mach 1. Now, it had been wrecked. You can see where they fixed it underneath. But he didn't want Bondo on here. So they redid the hood. They reskinned the roof, put all new glass in it. When I got it, it had front and rear seats, carpet, center console stuff. I went and found a headliner. Went and found door panels, back pieces. Like, I started putting it back together. It is a 5-speed. I just installed the MGW shifter. It already had long tubes on it and Flowmaster exhaust. So I put a chin spoiler on it. I changed out the 2.5 inch Flowmasters for a 3-inch system that's dumped at the axles, or dumped at the rear axle. Put a JLT cold air intake on it. Let's see. Oh, the clutch was super hard to push, super stiff. He said it was brand new, but I didn't know what was going on. And I got in there to figure it out. I rerouted the cable. Found out that the clutch fork and pivot ball were just wore slap out. Clutch looked all right, but I was like, man, I don't know the actual status of the clutch, how long it's been, like. So I was like, man, the long tubes are killing me. I'm in here, I've got the trans out, I put a new clutch in it, new flywheel. I went with an MGW lightened, not the lightweight, but the lightened flywheel. Not the MGW, the McLeod, however the fuck you say it. Went with one of those flywheels, went with a McLeod clutch. Oh, it's so easy. Like, I can press the clutch with my hand. It's a 700 horsepower organic rated clutch and mess. Like, I figured it'd be real stiff. Nope. Easiest clutch I've ever used. Like, I almost think it's hydraulic. But got it all adjusted right. Decided we were going to take this thing drifting. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at now. Took it out to Piedmont. Second lap out, the clutches in the rear end decided, nope, we're not doing this. So it still runs and drives fine. Well, it's got a bad miss right now. I put new plugs in it the other day, kind of cleared it up, breaking it up into higher RPM. Got to get some coils for it. But the rear end still runs and drives fine. But it didn't want to spin both. It would one wheel peel as soon as you took a turn. So no good. Did order, they call it an 8.8 lockout kit. The Villains sells it. Pretty much you pull the LSD apart, take your clutches out, and it's steels, just solid steels that go in place of your clutch packs. So it turns it into pretty much a locker, a mini spool, let's see. That's about it for that. Yeah, been driving the car for about a month now. It did come with some bullet wheels on there. Tires were shot. The rims were chewed up from the accident. Found a good deal on them Salines. Picked them up. I put some of the bestest high quality tires you can get. We got some Cosmo. Mucho machos. Hell yeah, brother. But no, seriously, the reviews on them tires are great. Street driving, they're very, very nice, actually. 300 tread wear. They do heat up pretty decently. And keep you playing it pretty good. You see the car is sitting funky right now. Well, that's because I got the jack out. Me and Drew started installing the coilover kit. I got coilovers for the front and rear because it was on springs with blown out shocks and struts, and it rode like complete garbage. So picked me up a coilover kit. We got the fronts on. I still got a adjust them. They're all out of whack. This side sits a little lower than I want it. Like, it looks damn good, but I think I'm gonna raise it up about an inch. The camber's about where it needs to be, honestly. This side, however, is really tucked in there. So I need to bring the camber out a little bit, and it sits lower than the other side by about half an inch. So I'll bring it up about 1.5 inches. You know, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I've got to install the rears. So that's why I've got the jack and stuff out. So I can jack this thing up and get to adjusting. God, the pollen. I just sprayed this thing off yesterday. Like, you know, I gotta adjust this window stem. There's still some nitpicky stuff, but I gotta run and drive in Mach 1. The hood should be open. Yeah, look at there. Boom. 4-valve goodness. My first 4-valve car. Back in the day I had the Bullet and stuff, but now I got a 4-valve. Oh, also, I don't know if you've seen this thing in a while. The Tow Pig. Built an air dam for it. Some 22x14s I picked up for cheap and threw some Grip Max tires on. I actually really like these tires. King Ranch interior swap. Yeah, they're cheap King Ranch seats. I mean, I got what I paid for, but got a good deal on them. Expedition center console unit. Ooh-wee. Yep. Give me a sub back there. New speakers all the way around. Better radio. This thing, it did hit me. It hit me one month. Oh. So I got the wheels. Tires were shot on them. I got me some 35 1350s. Put them on. Bought tires, right? Yeah. All right. Well, like 2 weeks later, I was pulling a Bobcat or a skid steer, and a couple of my injectors said, "No good, no bueno. We're out of here." All right. We packed our bags, and you can go fuck yourself. So, threw a set of 155 30 overs in here. Still on stock turbo, stock head bolts, but I wanted, if I was buying injectors, I was buying a little bit bigger, because when the turbo goes out, it's also getting an upgraded turbo. Well, the injectors are great. About a week later, literally like a week later, radiator decides, "Hey man, we're gonna separate on you." So radiator started coming apart. It's just one. It was one of them months, man. It was just one thing after another, and this was like last September, August, September. So I replaced it with a nice aluminum. That's still hot from where I drove it earlier. Nice aluminum AFE radiator. Down under here, right there. While I had the radiator out, I checked the intercooler out, and it was starting to develop some oil around it, so I knew it was leaking as well. And I put a nice CFS OEM Plus, a little bit bigger core and it's all aluminum. So that thing got some love. Got this a couple months later, and the Mustang, the red Mustang, the Slut, is gone. The wife has taken to calling this one Krampus, because I guess because it's black and I got it for Christmas. And I make the joke of, it's the best coal I ever got in my stocking. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know how many of you are actually going to watch it, but let's jack this up. Let's raise this. I'm going to get to work. I'm going to get to work on this. I'll post another video about actually working. I just wanted to get this one out here. And If you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, there's a lot more content there. And it's more up-to-date content. I'm gonna start trying to do a little better on YouTube and actually videoing more. God. Especially with all the work me and Drew are putting in. Drew started his YouTube channel. I think he's actually gonna have the first part of the coilover install on that channel. It is Rod Knock Media. He picked him up a camera a couple months ago. I don't think it's been that long. Might have been. But yeah, we've been hitting up Cars and Coffee and stuff. He's doing more camera work. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I sold all my camera gear. I don't do photography anymore. I sold it all around Thanksgiving of 2025. I lost the love for it. I did. Constantly trying to keep up with stuff, keep up with life, family, races, stay on top. I mean, I just got overwhelmed, and it got to the point where it wasn't fun anymore. I really just was not having a good time. So, she gone. I'll pick some up eventually, maybe later on this year. But who knows? Who really knows? I do miss it, but I don't miss the headache that associated with it. So, now it's bye-bye. And I'm going to get to work on this. If you want to see that, stay tuned for the next video. Do I say bye? I don't. Do I have any words of wisdom for you? Never play leapfrog with a unicorn. All right, later.